Hello and welcome everybody. Let us pick back up upon where we left off. Myra. Gosh, it's cold. I'm not sure what I was expecting. Was he supposed to be the star of a football team? An emotional wreck? Just another guy? There's no way he's forgotten everything that happened. I was struck with the strangest feeling when I talked to him the other day. He was memorized, of course, but his eyes were empty. It was like staring through frosted glasses, virtually opaque. But I can't lose focus yet. I just wish I could shake this feeling that he isn't who he used to be. I guess 3 years is a long time. Rin. Mark! We're here! We're finally here! Where? Where are we going again? The mall? What? Feel free to browse, everyone. New customers are always appreciated. Ninpa! Yes, you'll be amazed. We have an endless amount of products. It's time. It's time. The Golden Land awaits us. Just so I'm clear, this is a store, right? Well, yes. Okay, just checking. Well then, I don't really want to ditch them, but when I consider the possibilities of what's behind those doors... Let's go in. Alright, I'll bite the bullet, kick common sense to the curb, and what have you. I'm going in. I think I heard Lucas mention that game. Maybe they're lining up for pre-orders? As I wandered to the back of the store in search of wherever Rin and Lucas vanished to, I stumbled upon bits and pieces of conversations. I'm telling you, it's gonna be awesome. Pre-orders are going up next week. I hear the TV station's site has an exclusive pillow cover too. Huh? I even know a guy who can get across the border for you. I'm out of here. A gust of cold breeze strikes my cheek. The hell? I look up and I find myself outside. Daydreams are a powerful thing. Okay, what now? The air cools my lungs with every breath, but it's refreshing in its own way. It isn't too late yet, but the sun is already starting to set. Refreshed, I decide to take the scenic route back to the mall entrance. Did I just catch a glimpse of a UFO? Bigfoot? Oh, no, sorry. It's just daydreaming Liliana. Oh, hey, Mark. Strange to see you out on a Saturday shopping with Rin, I suppose. She blurts out in a barrage of words. I might regret asking this, but what are you thinking about just now? Nothing you need to worry about. She tries to glare angrily at me, but I can't say that it's working. It wouldn't happen to have much to do with that shopping bag on the bench next to you. Of course not. Anyway, what are you doing out here? This isn't exactly weather for lounging. It's not weather for strolling either. You're as sharp as ever. Me? Sharp? I'm not like this around everyone. What? Is there something on my face? Well, no, it's just... That sounded more coherent in my head. See? I'm only sharp around my slow-witted friends. I wouldn't go out of my way to... Slow-witted? So that's what she meant. Sorry, I didn't mean... I laugh a resigned laugh. It's alright. Don't worry about it. I know you weren't implying anything. You're right. Sorry. You don't need to apologize. It's futile. Anyway, let's go for a walk. Sure. I'm just about fully rested. Right. Let's go. I look away unconsciously as my stomach flips itself over. Brr, I can't believe I sat there for so long. It's cold. Yeah, it is. Rin and I almost died this morning. Huh? What? It's nothing you need to worry about. I guess some stories are better left untold. Though that reminds me, my head seems to have stopped hurting. We can go inside if you want. I'm sure they'll be able to find us. No, it's alright. Besides, it's a nice day, don't you think? Yeah, I guess it is. I fidget with whatever I can find in my pocket. How are things going with the library committee? Oh, we haven't had anything much to do for a while. Things are winding down for the holidays. And I suppose you have no need to worry about midterms. Well, I usually spend about an hour a day studying, so there's no need to worry about tests. Schoolwork is easy once you study regularly. I know what she's going to say before she even says it. Shouldn't you be worrying about your tests, Mark? I'll get through it somehow. Wait, let me explain. You see, some people are born hardworking, and others aren't. I happen to fall into the latter category. That's your explanation? She shouts and hits me on the head. Literally. You know, if you don't work hard now, you'll never be able to get into a good university. And if you don't do that, you'll never get a good job. Then you'll never make good money. Doesn't this bother you, even a little? Well, I guess you could say that it bothers me a little. It really doesn't bother me at all. You're doing badly enough as it is. What would happen if I weren't here to keep you on your toes like this? I'd probably be sleeping on a roof at school and playing video games at home, actually. You'd probably sneak onto the roof at school to nap your classes away and waste your time at home at games. That's what you'd be doing. Okay, you got me. Good. Honestly, you'd be helpless without me. Then I suppose it's a good thing that I have you around. Silence. The crowd, the traffic, the constant droning of nature, it's all disappeared. You're right. It really is a good thing. But you seriously want to repay me? All you have to do is take care of yourself. Right. I take in a sharp breath of cold air, just what I need to cool my cheeks. You should come over. Any time this week is fine. You can come over and I'll help you review. Oh, sure. That would help. That's fine with you, right? Yeah. My voice vanishes in a puff of condensation as the sun strikes my eyes, and hang on. I shouldn't lie to you. I'm not only asking you over to study. I open my mouth, but nothing comes out. It's just like that time with Myra. Constraining, suffocating, dizzying. There's something that I need to tell you. You don't mind, right? No, I mean, or maybe I shouldn't. It'll make things more complicated and it's okay. I'll listen. I squint in the sunset. I hear her silently. Are you sure? Won't this be a burden on you? Am I making the right choice? Are you sure you're ready to face your past? But in the end, it's probably just the sound of my own monologue. Thank you, Mark. Her words turn to condensation before I can hear them. I think I might really need your help. I'll protect you no matter what. That line crossed my mind, but of course I could never bring myself to say it. I'll do what I can to help. As if it were all nothing more than a daydream, she steps towards me and the world starts spinning again. I'm not sure what I'll do, but I'd appreciate it if you could come over, even if it's only as a favor. Don't worry about it. Besides, I always owe you favors, don't I? I mentally whine about the weather as my feet kick at the frozen dirt. Nothing happened. Nothing at all. I talked to a friend about schoolwork, and she invited me over to study and... Why? Why her? Why not her? Ouch! A bruise materializes on one of my knuckles after I punch the bench, unsurprisingly. Screw it. This is a waste of time. I try to push myself off the bench, but... Leaving already? That voice. I should be surprised, but somehow it feels like the most natural thing in the world. Myra, what are you doing here? I could ask you the same, but I won't, so let's drop the subject. Her smile is a few times more soothing than a punch to the bench. Actually, now that she's here, maybe I can get some information out of her. You know, Myra, I forgot to, it's a nice evening, don't you think? The weather. Again. I guess. I can't deny that. I'm glad you agree. Shall we go for a walk? Well played, Myra. You're good at changing the subject, but you're not teleporting out of here this time. So, have you read any good books lately? I wonder why she didn't seem as cheerful when we first met. Sorry to change the subject, but are we lost? We ended up wandering around the park after we left, but the trees seem to have closed in around us. Now that you mention it... You gotta be kidding me. So, have you read any good books lately? You gotta be kidding me. Kidding? You mean you didn't like anything that came out last month? She can't be that dense. Can she? I'm not really into modern literature. Ah, so you prefer the classics then? She beams at me innocently. I almost let out a sigh. No, I meant I'm not into reading in general. No, sorry. What about movies? Movies work too. Well, let's see. There was that horror movie with the zombies. What was it called again? That's not very specific. Oh, I saw the one with the Spartans. That was pretty cool. She lifts her foot as if to kick me into the abyss. Well, if you're ever bored, you can borrow books or a few movies from me anytime. My father pretty much has an entire library in our basement. Oh, that's right. So you're interested? More importantly, your father. You're interested in my father? No, not that. I mean, your father, who is he? She looks a little uncomfortable. Well, I suppose I'm partly to blame for that. Are you stalking me, Mark? Pot, meat kettle. Okay, wait. Let's start over. What I'm getting at is, what's your family like? Is that really the kind of question you need to think about? Well, what kind of house do you live in? Where do you live, for that matter? Do you have any siblings then? What school do you go to? Mark, why do you want to know all of this? This time I sigh audibly. Okay, time for plan B. Well then, let me just tell you outright, I have virtually no idea who you are, and yet you seem to know me pretty well. Isn't that odd? I guess. Then let me put it this way. I figured that in order for us to continue seeing each other and for me to help you, I should try to get to know you better. It will make it easier for you to find what you're searching for. For us to regain our lost time is what I was thinking about. Oh, I see. Sorry, it's just that I was warned by my parents to be wary of strangers. Strangers? If we were strangers, then how did you know my name before we met? Jackpot. I wonder. Or not? That'll be my little secret. One of many. By the way, you live with your sister, right? Rin? Yeah, I've been taking care of her because our parents spend a lot of time at work. Although sometimes it's the other way around. Sometimes you spend a lot of time at work? You know what I mean. I'm kidding. And hey, it must be nice to have such a caring sibling. I smirk as I remember the plethora of threats and special attacks she comes up with over the years. It's not as nice as you'd think. Sure, she can cook and do household chores, but when you have to explain to your teacher why your sister showed up in class yelling, "Look, Oni-chan, my friend taught me how to do the God finger," it can be quite the hassle. Myra chuckles at my misery. Well, I guess it's pretty funny in retrospect. Still, she cares about you. You should be happy. That smile is almost enough to make me forget my original mission. Almost. Why do you say that? Are you an only child, Myra? Sort of, I guess. Do you know what a yes or no question is? Well, it's a complicated situation. Ah, I see. How so? I wonder when she'll realize that I'm more patient than her. Well, you see, my family isn't quite an ordinary family. We're different. But not so different that we're not ordinary, you know? No, I really don't. To put it simply, it's like we're walking home from school and having to decide between going to your small 2-bedroom apartment where your parents treat you kindly, or to your uncle's mansion, filled with books and electronics and everything else except that you'll be all by yourself. Kinda like that, except different because I don't have an uncle and my parents don't live in a 2-bedroom apartment. That's what you call putting it simple? So basically, I try to summarize this story so far and realize that I haven't learned a single thing other than where to go for 3 books. Confused? Don't worry. A lot of people have trouble understanding me at first. I wonder whose fault that is. There's no rush, though. We've got our whole lives ahead of us. She teases a smile out of me. I admit defeat. But if I ever want to talk to you, what should I do? I mean, walking all the way to school at night is kind of impractical. Do you have a cell phone or anything? Don't worry about it. Contacting you will be my job. It's what I do best. Stalking me is what you do best? Don't make it sound like a crime. I won't even bother. But really, is there anything that you want from me? Our eyes meet and I see something. I was mistaken the other night. This girl isn't angelic or ghostly at all. She's very, very human. I don't want anything specific from you, or anything tangible. I'm just happy. I'm just happy that we can finally be together. But is there anything that you wish for? Maybe. She bites her tongue, pondering as if choosing the course of her life. All I really want is for things to stay the way they are. I'm happy. If that's the case, I'll do my best to help you fulfill your wish. I promise. Thank you. It was nice talking to you, Mark. It was a pleasure indeed. Mind giving me a little warning before you show up next time? Just leave it to me. Ring ring. Ah, sorry, this might be important. I reach into my pocket and look down at the display. A squirrel darts up a tree in the corner of my eye. It's from Rin. You're probably wondering where I am. Hey, Myra? I know what to expect before I look up. In that case, you better keep your promise. Find me, okay? You better find me. I make my declaration to a backdrop of snow-covered trees. The twilight sky slowly fades. It's gotten really late, really fast. I'm walking towards the subway station where I agreed to meet up with Rin and Lucas, but everything keeps looping through my mind. Myra. I don't trust her. I can't and I shouldn't. But considering how things turned out, I should be happy. I still don't know where she's from or how she knows me or, well, I really don't know anything. I don't know anything, but she's less of a mystery. Maybe meeting her wasn't such a bad coincidence after all. Maybe.